passing lane. Sky's a jam. Dynamite dunk and the crowd loves it.
Welcome to the first ever episode of Pistons Intellect. I'm your host, Jack Kelly. Some of you might know me from Twitter at Jack_Kelly_3on3. Some of you might know me from Detroit Bad Boys of SB Nation. There might be one or two of you in here that know me from the NBL down in Australia. Regardless of that, I'm super excited to introduce Pistons Intellect to you all. For those that know me, you know the Pistons mean a lot to me. That's pretty much my life revolves around it, but this channel for me has been something in the works for a while, something I've been thinking about doing for a minute now. So to finally be releasing my first videos, it's super cool. This channel for me it's a passion project. My love for basketball in general, but the Pistons in particular, runs deep. I'm incredibly passionate about the sport. This is going to become the home of that for me. I had a script, but stuff the script. We're just going to go off the cuff here. The plan for this channel at its core is to bring Pistons fans from around the world together and connect them as one, because for me, I've been a Pistons fan for 10 years, but basically getting closer to the franchise and connected with more people around it, it's the most amazing feeling. And I feel like this channel has the potential to bring people closer together, and I want to bring everyone along the journey of this upcoming 2023-2024 Pistons season by reviewing all 82 games. I plan to do post-game recaps for each game as quick as possible. I'm going to have a video out after every game, breaking down the action, giving my thoughts. And I want people to come along the journey and feel the emotions. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, it's going to be differing in opinion. At its core, I want to start by reacting to all 82 games. I'll drop videos for news, rumors, any trades that happen, anything official that comes from the organization. I'll have a video for that. Over the past couple of years, I've got to know some people, some really cool Pistons content creators, so I'm sure most of you are familiar with. I also got to meet some people within the organization, and just some really cool basketball minds in general. So I plan to have interviews here and there. And then finally, like I said, if you know me, you know I love film, you know I love watching the players on the court and seeing them in sync and playing off each other. So we're going to have some film breakdowns here and there. That's really the core of the channel. This is something that I want to grow to eventually to have people on here talking Pistons, fans after games. I want to get this to a point where fans can come on and we can just talk for an hour or so after a game, have multiple people come on. I want this to be a platform to bring fans together, and ultimately I want this to provide a digital pathway for those all around the world, Pistons fans, to get closer to the franchise that ultimately we all love supporting. I think for those that might not know me or might want to know a bit more about me, basically my Pistons story, as you can tell, I'm from Australia. I've never been to Detroit. I don't have family from Michigan. I don't have any real ties to the city that I'm aware of. I was a bit of a Dwight Howard fan in the mid-2000s, and I remember seeing a mock draft of, I think it was a 2011 mock draft, and I remember seeing a guy who was sitting number 1 overall, and it was Andre Drummond. He was meant to be the first overall pick, the next Dwight Howard. And I remember saying to myself, whoever drafts him, I'll follow that team. I was a huge NBA fan, but didn't have a team. So when the Pistons drafted him in 2012, this became my team. So I've been a fan for 10 years. And for those that know the Pistons and have joined the last few years or been a fan for 40 years, you know the past 10 years we haven't had a playoff victory. It's been arguably the dullest part of the Pistons franchise. We've been starved for success, and that's part of this starting this channel, is getting to feel like we're on an uptick now and getting to see this young core grow together. Back to my story, I became a fan because of Andre Drummond, and I've sat through 10 years. I was a big Andre Drummond fan, but I think the thing I've realized over the past few years is, and why I love this franchise so much, is it goes beyond anything to do with the city or the players, the uniform, the colors. It's provided me a sense of comfortability and belonging that I've never felt really anywhere else. And when I was supporting this team in the 2010s, I was a teenager at school, and if I was having if I was going through issues with anxiety, or I felt down, or I felt alone, or just even if I was happy, or just going through different phases of life, the one constant and the one thing to me, and the one thing that I knew would always give me joy, was the 2 hours or 2.5 hours of Pistons basketball I'd get to watch. So for me, this franchise, it's a part of my life that I know is going to always give me joy, even when they suck. Like, there's always a sense of joy and excitement that I know I'm getting. And I feel like that, just having that comfortability, I've honestly built my life around it without even knowing, to the point now where I'm making some form of content. So this, to me, and I feel like for a lot of fans, like, it's an outlet for entertainment somewhat, but also just a place for people to belong and feel connected with something. And that's what I want this channel to be, is somewhere where people can come together, feel connected, and support something that they really love. For me, I want to just cap it off with my favourite memory as a Pistons fan, unfortunately right now, is that KCP dunk in Game 3. I think we're all ready for a new memory to be made, or a lasting memory to be made for those that have been a fan from 2012. But that KCP dunk on LeBron still sits number one on the board for me in terms of just that winning feeling, even though ironically the Pistons lost that game. It was that 2016 series sort of felt like the most hope I've ever had for the franchise. So I think I'm ready to make some new memories, and I really hope people are excited and want to join this channel, join this journey with me, and just go through the emotions of supporting the Detroit Pistons. Drop a comment about your favourite Pistons memory, or how you become a fan. As someone from overseas, obviously I'm always super interested to hear how people became a fan of the team. And then finally, it's my first video, so please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I plan to be back to you on Wednesday night, following hopefully a Pistons win over the Miami Heat. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and go Pistons.